And you learn a couple things from Nehemiah's request. Let's read it again in verse 11. He says, "O Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayer of your servant and to the prayer of your servants who delight to fear your name, and give success to your servant today and grant him mercy in the sight of this man." Nehemiah prays for two things. Number one, he prays for success. He prays for success for himself, and he prays for favor with someone else. Success for himself and favor with someone else. And those are pretty informative, because Nehemiah, what he doesn't pray, he doesn't just pray, God, fix it. He doesn't just pray, God, rebuild the wall. He prays for an opportunity for himself to rebuild the wall. So if you have a burden, you have a vision that your kids would have good character, don't just pray that God, put a magic pill in their Cheerios that gives them good character. Pray, God, give me an opportunity to develop good character in my children. If you have a burden some of you shared, actually several of you shared that you had a burden for the refugee population in Abilene. I want the Lord to reach the refugee population in Abilene. Well, instead of just praying, God, reach the refugee population in Abilene, pray, God, give me an opportunity to be used by you to reach the refugee population in Abilene. See the difference? It's not just praying, God, reach the Gaudiya people in Kolkata, India. God, use Broadview Baptist Church, use me as a member of Broadview Baptist Church to be used by you in Kolkata, India, to reach the Gaudiya people group. You see the difference? He's praying for an opportunity. God, give me an opportunity to restore the health in my marriage. God, give me an opportunity to share the gospel with my unbelieving friend. Don't just save them. Use me to reach out to them. You pray for an opportunity. He's saying, is it wrong to pray for a miracle? No, it's not wrong to pray for a miracle, but for many of us, what we need to pray isn't for a miracle. We need to pray for an opportunity. That's what Nehemiah is doing. And he doesn't just pray for an opportunity, he also prays for favor. Favor with the king. And some of your translations will say it's compassion. The idea is that he wants the king's heart to go out to him. And so he prays, Lord, help the king's heart to go out to me. Help the king to be on board with my vision. And why is Nehemiah praying this? Because the king is the one person who stands in between him and his dream. So what about you this morning? Because here's the funny thing. God answers the prayer of Nehemiah. After 4 months of praying and fasting and burden and tears, Nehemiah finally has his prayer answered. He goes to the king. We're going to see this next week. The king sees his burden. The king asks him a question. Nehemiah, what's wrong? There's his opportunity. Nehemiah shoots up another prayer. God, give me favor. He says, I am sad because my homeland's in ruins. Why shouldn't I be sad? And then the king asks him, what do you need? Favor. And Nehemiah tells him. And he goes to Jerusalem. Now, if God can change the heart of King Artaxerxes, who was previously opposed to this very initiative, how much more so could he change the heart of the person who stands in between you and your dream? What does opportunity look like in your workplace? What does opportunity look like in your school system? What is opportunity supposed to look like in that family dynamic or in that relationship? Pray for an opportunity and then pray for favor. And if God can bring favor on Nehemiah, he can certainly bring favor in your world. So pray. God loves to answer prayer. He loves to take people who are at the point of human limitation, take them to a place of prayer, and take them into the realm of divine possibility. But you have to pray. Pray. Pray.